Bonjour pour qui fait que nous là bon matin. Vous avez nous dans Topik Conversasyon. Pareil, moi dit plus bonheur. Aujourd'hui dans Topik Conversasyon, nous sommes avec l'ambassadrice Malte pour Seychelles, ça et bien sûr Madame Alexandra Azais. Et aujourd'hui, dans son domination comme l'ambassadrice, il y a aussi un auteur et il y a aussi un peintre, si nous capable dire. Et nous vous connaissons un petit peu plus l'oli aujourd'hui. Et il a aujourd'hui à cause un nouveau livre qui il fait lancer récemment. Et ce nouveau livre, voilà, il a mené avec nous de nous nommer des 3 livres en effet. Et ça qu'il a, c'est Tropical Plants in Seychelles qui il fait lancé récemment et c'est ça qui nous peut causer un petit peu plus Lola. Et si le temps, il permet aussi, nous pouvons un petit peu plus nous poser l'appétit qui fait à part de son capacité comme l'ambassadrice Malte pour Seychelles. Alors, si vous êtes la cour, faire les pareils ou l'habitude et faire vous confortable bon matin pour nous cause avec Madame Azais. Et moi, je me rappelle que nous interview et pour un qui en anglais. Alors, c'est pas besoin d'hésiter pour call nous, même call nous, cause que nous créole, texte nous créole, et moi, c'est traduire de toute façon qui est capable pour demander nos questions. Qui on a. Mais si vous faire en anglais, plus bon encore. Alors, ça, nous, à le topic conversation. Good morning, Mrs. Azais.
Oh, good morning, Carol.
How are you
Thank you
today?
for hosting me here. It's the first time, and I am very proud to be
You
here.
are?
Yes, definitely.
So I was telling the people of Seychelles that apart from the capacity that you have here as ambassador of Malta for Seychelles, you are also an author, painting, and you do lots of stuff. But today we are talking about this book in particular. So let me hear from you.
And so the idea to draw these watercolors came when I first arrived in Seychelles in 97.
97?
Yes, and I worked on this project for 5 years. But then it was in a drawer and never,
never
show it. No, never. And then suddenly Minister Saint-Ange came to my place. He saw them and told me, but we have to do a book. And so the Minister of Culture took over the project and financed it and published it. So I am very, very grateful to the Ministry of Culture because otherwise the book will never appear. And I believe strongly that it is important for the Seychellois, and especially for the kids, to know more about their flora and the fruits.
Of Seychelles.
Of Seychelles.
Yes. So how long have you been writing?
All my life, all my life. I started school.
But what inspired you to start writing?
Always the need to express my emotions and to share with people.
Is it? So this book, when did you start writing?
I didn't write it really because there are no text in the book. There are only images. And as I told you, I started drawing them in 97. And then I went forward until I had more than 200 of them. And so it's only images, not text.
Not text. So who works with you for
Sorry,
all of these pictures, photos of the flowers?
So I had the help of an amateur photograph, which is a friend, and he did very, very good quality pictures. And it is thanks to him that the book appears, because obviously it's not easy to find a professional that do it for free. I wanted somebody to help me.
So he did that for free?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, yes. We are all volunteers.
So, you have been writing all your life,
yes.
You say, and in your capacity as ambassador of Malta, so you write a lot. So
yes.
For a new writer, what piece of advice will you give them?
First, there is the need to have a good scholarship, to be prepared, because you cannot start from nothing. You have to have cultural roots. So first, study a lot, read a lot, and then you can start being an author.
So in your opinion, what is the most important elements of good writing?
I am not extremely skilled in that because I am mostly a painter.
Painter.
Yes, I am mostly a painter, and so I do writing too, but it is mostly painting. Mostly painting, yes. In painting, I'm good. I'm good, and I was professional before becoming diplomat. And I was painting big surfaces, roofs.
Really?
Yes, 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 and
You
big
can be an
murals.
architect.
Nearly, nearly.
But why didn't you choose that?
I don't know, you know. It's not us that guides life, it's life that make us in a certain way.
So, what do you hope your readers will take away from these paintings, from these books?
I hope mostly they will have emotions. What I try to transmit is emotions. This is the most important for me.
This one, I can see you use a lot of colors,
Yes.
loud colors. So, how do you play with your colors when you are painting?
It is something I cannot control. It comes from inside. It is like a wave of inspiration that tell me what I have to do. You see, it is a beautiful thing, creation, because you are out of the world. If the phone rings, you don't hear it. You have no hunger, you have no thirst. You are only focused
Obsessed.
on what you are doing, and it is a fantastic feeling.
So, if you can describe all of this in one word, what will that word be?
Beautiful Seychelles.
Beautiful Seychelles.
Yes.
So,
It is two words, but
2 words. Yes. Recently, you've just launched this book, and you did give a copy to the president of
Yes,
Seychelles.
yes.
So, tell me a little bit about this one.
this one was a really emotional moment because it is many years that I work on that book, and when it appears, it was the first person I wanted to share with, Mr. President. And he was very happy, and he told me, many people should be inspired by your work, and I hope the young people of Seychelles will follow your footsteps. That is the sentence he told me.
And what did you tell him?
Thank you.
Just thank you.
Yes.
So, tell me a little bit about before this one. You have a recent book before this one.
Not recent. I published a book about my murals in Europe many years ago, and a part of that, not so many.
Not so many.
No.
So, every painter, every artist, when they do write, when they do paint, they send a message. It's a key message to the people who
Yes.
sees it, to the people who read it. What will be your key message?
My key message is the protection of nature and respect for nature. Seychelles is a blessed country because you have such a lush vegetation and everything is so beautiful around that people underestimate what they have. When you come from Europe and you see these mountains full of beautiful trees and the gardens full of
green.
beautiful flowers, for us Europeans, it's a miracle. But the Seychellois, they take it as given.
They see it every day.
Yes.
That's the problem.
And I would like to send a message, take care of all that. Don't cut so many trees. Respect your environment. Because the Seychellois, they like to have lawn around the house. They don't want to have trees, because the trees, they don't allow them to have the nice view. They prefer not to broom every morning all
All
the
the
leaves.
of the dead leaves.
And to have an environment that is clean and clear. I understand that, but at the same time, we sacrifice a lot of nice trees. A lot of Modamier, a lot of Calice du Pape, that
Because of
are
the
our
disease.
treasure. So before cutting a tree, just think a little bit about if it is really necessary.
So do you think this message is being heard here in Seychelles?
I hope so, yes. I hope.
I hope so too, because I don't think it's being heard enough. I would say enough.
I think we have to talk about as much as possible, especially with the kids.
So tell me a little bit about your work. What have we here? You
So-
bring some paint for me.
Yes, I wanted to show you, first of all, this beautiful book that was a gift of my friend Pat Mathiot.
Okay.
And it is depicting the paintings of Marianne North. Marianne North was a painter in the 19th century that traveled all over the world. She was older than me. But she did all these beautiful paintings, and also she paints flowers from Seychelles. And,
So she did inspire you in a way.
oh yes, oh yes. Because there is another book I would like to show you, this one, done by Rosemary Wise. She was a botanist. So she depicted the flowers endemic of Seychelles, but in a botanical way, with the seed, the flower, the leaves. And my way to paint is in between the two.
So between
It's
her-
not botanical exclusively, but not also only, how can I say, describing the landscape or whatever. I wanted just to paint the flowers in their natural environment.
Did it work?
I hope so.
So what is the response from other readers, other people who has just seen your book, your work? What did they say?
It was a great success, I have to say, because many friends of mine, they brought it to Europe.
Really?
Yes, and I forward some images to the Kew Gardens in London, and they are interested in this book. So I think it is something that can give a good image of the Seychelles.
And the Seychelles people, what do they say?
They like it. They like it a lot.
One word that will really satisfy you.
This is a beautiful book.
So we have also other painters, Seychelles painters,
Oh, they're
Seychelles
excellent.
readers. So they did, if they did see your book, what did they say?
I didn't have contacts with them till now.
No one?
I had not the opportunity to talk about with them. But I admire a lot the Seychelles painters. They are a lot and very talented. They are really, really excellent painters here.
But how would you describe your painting space or your writing space? How would you describe it?
It's not easy because it is like a niche. It is, it is something that is not common, you see. When you talk about historical books or whatever, you can compare. But mine, apart of these two examples, I cannot say what it is really. You see what I mean? It is a niche book,
It's a niche book.
yes.
Compared to what Marianne North and the other lady and to yours, so how would you make a comparison? Back then from Marianne North?
Yes,
today.
and the British one. First of all, I admire both of them, and I think I am very small compared to them.
Why do you say small?
Yes, because Marianne North was really a big, big artist. And the British lady is a scientist.
She
so
is?
They both have skills that I don't have. So my paintings are only like instinctive, you know. I took pictures of the flowers, and then I just
You also brought your paint.
yeah, you see, I took pictures, And from the pictures, I draw a sketch, and then I paint it, I color it. So
Okay.
I took the pictures myself in the
Yourself?
gardens. Yes, in the gardens. I stopped my car, I see a flower, I took a picture, and then when I came home, I draw it.
So that's it?
That's it, yes.
Okay. So where is your studio at home?
My studio is at home, yes.
And that is where?
It is in Glacis district,
In Grassy District.
yes.
Anything you want to add on this particular book, all the paintings, flowers of Seychelles that you have seen, that you have discovered, and you have took pictures of it, you have painted, and now you want to share it with the people of Seychelles?
Exactly, this is the aim. This is the aim, exactly.
So why would you want to do that?
I think, like we said before, it is to make young people, especially the young generation, aware about the treasure they have. Because when you see something, you realize it better than when people talks about. When you talk, it's one thing, but when you see it, you have more emotion. And that is why I wanted to paint the flowers, not only talk about.
But do you hear, I don't really hear it, do you hear the Seychelles people talks about the flowers or the plants of Seychelles that much?
Not so much, not so much. But I have to say, every lady takes care of her garden.
That is for sure.
And the horticultural show is always a success because many, many people goes there looking for a special little plant for their garden. So in this way, yes. But I don't see a big interest, general interest. Only personal for your garden, but there is not research about new plants or exchange of knowledge between people. I see there is not a big interest. We have to push that forward.
So do you have any challenges as in your capacity of the ambassador of Malta, and you do all this apart from it? Do you face any challenges?
Oh yes, a lot. Because the time is 24 hours.
That's a day.
I am an old lady, so I cannot work like I did before in my youth. And so definitely I have to schedule my timetable depending on all my duties. There are days when I work only for the embassy full time. And then other days when I can cut a little piece of time to draw and paint.
So let's take one day. What's your day like?
So in the morning I have meetings normally. And in the afternoon I do paperworks. And if I can, I paint.
If you can.
If I can.
So you tell me that there might be a day that there is no painting at all.
There is. There is. Mostly I can paint during the weekend. It's
That
easier.
you are more
for me.
relaxed?
Yes, I have more time.
So what does success mean to you?
I think success is not a personal thing. Success is when you are able to give to others tools, skills, and footpath to follow. This is success. When you die and people behind you, they follow your footsteps, this is success. To leave a trace in life.
But how do you deal with emotional impact?
Oh, I am a very emotional person.
How do you deal with that?
It's not easy. It's not easy. I think faith is helping a lot. Faith, meditation.
Meditation is one good factor.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. When you have bad emotions, and you have problems to deal with it, faith and meditation helps you a lot.
And one more thing, prayer.
Prayer. Prayer
Number
is extremely important. Extremely important.
So on a typical day, maybe, let's say today, it's Thursday, how much time do you spend writing?
If I'm lucky, 2 hours.
2 hours
Yes.
a day.
Yes. If I'm lucky.
If you are lucky, you are lucky. So, you know, when you are a painter, an artist, can be any artist, we do live with criticism. How do you
yes.
handle that?
I don't care.
At all?
No. I try not to care. Yeah.
So you close your eyes on that.
Mm.
But even if you don't care, but do you sit down and say, okay, this is a critics. How can I take this one? Even if you don't care.
Oh yes, this I do for sure. I analyze and I try to get lesson from it, if it is worth. Because very often critics come from envy, jealousy.
Jealousies
You
is
see,
the top one.
exactly, it doesn't come for making you getting better. It is for bad things. So about this I don't care. If criticism is productive and can make me grow, then I think about and I try to learn. But it's rare.
That rare that you,
No, it is rare that the critics is constructive.
they are never
Unfortunately.
constructive. It's always negative.
Exactly, this is a pity.
It is a pity.
Yeah.
So describe one typical day that you're writing. Let's say you wake up today and say, okay, today I'm not going to do any work, just writing. So describe that day for me.
For me, it's a blessing if I have a day like this. Because I feel comfortable, I feel happy, and I feel excited. Because creation is, I tell a bad word, but it's like a drug.
A drug.
But in the good way. You see, it takes all your soul. And when I can just jump in creation and swim in it like in the sea, I feel really, really happy. And so I start taking all my tools, I sit on my desk, and I start painting. And then for me, like I told you before, no phone, no food, no drink.
Disconnection.
Nothing, only my tools and this most beautiful emotion of creation.
So where does your mind take you when you have everything there, your tools and everything?
You know,
Where do you travel to?
I see in my mind what I want to paint. I have it in my mind, so I have just to follow, my hand has just to follow what I have in my brain. And sometimes it gets fade, and I have make an effort to call back the image to go ahead.
So you just put the paper, so scratch
Yes.
the paper and put it in the bin, or you just...
No, normally it goes, it flows.
It flows?
Easily, yes.
You don't have to erase it?
No, it's impossible. With watercolor, the big problem is that you cannot erase. With pencil or with the oil painting, you can erase. With watercolors, you can't.
So on the screen now, we have these photos
Yes.
of your paintings that you
Yes.
have bring and you have shared with us. So let's talk a little bit about this. Is in
This
your
is my studio.
At home?
At home, yes.
Okay. So all of these, you've taken pictures from Seychelles, here in Seychelles.
Yes, these are the paintings that are in the book.
So, but don't you share it? Don't you do a gallery or presentation?
I did it in 2002. There was a big exhibition at the former National Library, and all these paintings have been exhibited over there.
They're still there now?
No.
So all of your paintings now, they are at home with
No,
you?
they are in Europe.
Europe.
Because watercolors is very delicate, and with the moisture and the humidity here, the climate, the paper gets bad in a while. Yes. And so I give it to my son to bring it to Europe, the originals.
The originals.
I have only copies, and these are copies. You see over there, they are my drawings.
These are your drawings?
Yes, these are drawings of the old Seychelles.
All Seychelles?
Yes. I did 30 of them.
30
yes,
paintings?
30 drawings of how the Seychelles were before. And they were supposed to be for the National Museum. But I don't have an answer till now. I don't know if they are interested. But they are big,
how long
drawings.
Was that?
It was when the museum opens, I prepared this for them. But then we didn't keep in touch. I don't know.
What's stopping you now?
Sorry?
What's stopping you now? Go back to them.
Oh, no. No, I don't want to bore people, you know. If they feel like they know where I am, they can come anytime.
But they didn't even tell you anything that they have acknowledged and that they will get back to you?
Yes, exactly. That is what happens. They saw the drawings and they told me they will come back to me. So I'm just waiting. But
And waiting how long now?
as from the opening of the National Museum.
Quite
It's
a
not so
long time,
long. No, it's not so long.
Months?
Perhaps, yes.
Maybe they will come back to you. Well, I suppose. But tell me, Mrs. Azais, do you have a perfect hero?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because he was scientist, doctor, architect, painter, biologist, everything.
That we call jack of all trade.
Oh, my God. I admire him so much.
Did he know that? Did you tell him that?
I couldn't because he's dead a little, some centuries ago.
So you didn't have the chance to tell him that?
No, I will. When I die, I will.
You will tell him?
Yes, I will.
Call
tell
on him?
Yes. I am your fan.
You can tell him more, you know. No one will hear you.
Exactly.
So let's talk about those paintings, those paints
Yes.
and brushes, some tools you bring
Yes.
this morning.
Yes, so
Yes.
it starts from the picture. So let's say those pictures. These are my tools. You can see it is very simple and old. But I
old?
think, at least 20 years,
My
even not
Lord.
more. And so I use this paper. You see, these are the last I did. These are the last that are not published yet.
So they're not here in the book, these ones?
No. If I do a second edition, I will add them.
So there's a
Sorry.
second edition coming? Second edition coming?
I hope so. Who knows? If the first edition is sold out, yes. And so you see, this is the simple watercolor paper that I use. And I draw with this very little pen, just the shape.
So this can shape the outline?
You see, this is only exactly the outline, for example. And then I start painting with those old colors. And people tell me, but why don't you buy the new one?
I was going to ask you that.
Exactly. They ask me, but why do you use this one so old? Buy the new one. And I told them, but it's not the tool. It's the person behind that uses the tool. You can use an old one and get very good result. Or you can
Indeed.
buy a new one and not be
Nothing
able to
happens.
do anything if you are not skilled. So
Exactly.
first the skill. And that is a message for the youth. Always study, prepare yourself, be with sacrifices, because also in sport, if you buy Adidas shoes, you don't run faster.
It will not help.
Exactly, you have to make sacrifices, exercise, to be tired and sweaty, and every day, every day, every day. Then you can run also barefoot, and you will be faster than everybody.
True.
This is a message very important for young people, because nowadays everybody wants everything immediately. They don't think what is behind.
We will come back, Mrs. Azais. Let's take a break, a musical break, and then we will come back to our interview.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Cécile, pareil, mon dit, nous pouvons causer avec Madame Azais, son livre qui nous fait lancer récemment. Mais nous pourrons tourner un petit coup, nous pourrons prendre une petite pause musicale. Just to, we did that just to fix yourself.
Na, 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 na. Hey. Chaque jour, c'est la vie qui nous vit en préparation. Yeah. Tant que ça qu'un de nous fait, et nous prend décision. Mon pas vivre, mais vivre avec l'amour pour faire plaisir, personne à cause. Avec vivre, il y a tous celles qui m'ont répondu. Dans mon légal, l'amour pas péfondre. Mon suivre créateur, mon pas suivre ça les mondes. Vivre pour pas cause mon vie grande Zion. Laisse Babylone fun pour pas gun. Tout pas envie ou connaît, tout pas envie qui ou apprendre. T'as la vie qui n'en fait vivre. C'est préparation pour Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Tout pas envie ou Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Tout pas envie ou Zwenja. On est quoi? On peut montrer ça qui plie. On est quoi? On peut apprendre avec ça qui gagne. On est qui? Créateur qui contrôle ici. On est qui? Dans la gloire personne pas répond. Prépare où les corps. Pour Zwenja ça qui crée. Arrêtez ça les mondes c'est nous. Ici dans Babylone, pas en mettre tout c'est nous. Ça la vie c'est fait préparation pour Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Vous pas envie ou Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Vous pas envie ou Zwenja. Même pas son ex, vous pardonner. Même les chiens y'en a respect pour son sommet. Vous baissez voler d'un canette. Mais nous tout qui la créateur qui nous met. Vous décidez faire la fête. Mais ça qui donne la vie, vous oubliez l'idée. Pourquoi vous n'avez pas la tête? Vous donnez un écrit beaucoup qui est d'alphabet. Avec l'amour pour faire plaisir, personne à cause. Avec vif, y'a tous celles qui m'ont répondu. Dans mon légal, l'amour pas péfondre. Mon suivre créateur, mon papé suivre ça les mondes. Vivre pour pas cause ma vie qu'on Zion. Laisse Babylone fun pour pas gun. Tout pas envie ou connaît, tout pas envie qui ou apprendre. Ça la vie qui nous a fait vivre. C'est préparation pour Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Tout pas envie ou Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Préparation pour Zwenja. Tout pas envie ou Zwenja.
Préparation pour Zwenja, ambitious qui dit ça, et ça bien sûr réflexion aussi pour faire, qui ou préparation pour le temps ou Zwenja. Et nous continuons dans nos petits entretiens là bon matin, dans Bonjour Cécile avec Madame Alexandra Azais, le salive qui nous peut causer là. Every artist, every painter, everybody, every singer, before they release a book, a CD, an album, and everything, there has to be a title. So, in your case, what determines a title?
Oh, sorry, I don't understand the title.
How can you determine a title of a book?
Okay. No, this was very easy because it is flowers and fruits, tropical fruits of Seychelles. So it came out absolutely natural. I didn't have to search for the title.
So in 10 years, in the next 10 years coming, if you're still here in Seychelles, so tell us, how can we see Mrs. Azais still painting, still writing?
For sure, for sure. First of all, I will never go back to Europe
Why?
because I love Seychelles. And Seychelles and the Seychellois, they adopt me. And I feel so comfortable and happy in Seychelles, I will never go back. So first of all, I will stay here.
So this is definite? You will never go
Absolutely.
back?
No, never.
Oh my
Never.
God.
I am Seychellois in my heart. And yes, the projects, you know, they, in my age, it's difficult to make long-term projects. So when something comes out that is interesting, I will follow that. You see, anytime I can be asked to do, for example, the Minister of Culture, not the Minister of Culture, the Botanical Garden, they ask me to do some paintings for them. And this is a very nice project. I will do it with great pleasure. So you see, every day something can come out, and I'm always ready.
And you can share your knowledge, you can give your contributions?
Anytime, anytime, with great, great pleasure. I always did it because also in State House there are many paintings of mine, and I try my best to contribute anytime when the institution or private people ask for my drawings. I do it with great pleasure, always. So we will see what happens, what will happen.
Now that you have confirmed to me live on air that you're not going back to Europe and that you are going to stay in Seychelles, what comes may, no matter what, you are here in Seychelles. Let's talk about your future plans.
So my future plans are professionally for the embassy very, very interesting, because I present my credential last year in June, and I found very good staff that can help me for donations, and I have really, really good projects to follow. And so this is on the professional way. For painting and art, as I told you, I'm open for everything. Anything I can do, I'll do it with great pleasure. So I think the next month will be quite busy.
February?
Let's say until the end of the year.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So in your capacity of ambassador of Malta for Seychelles, so how long will you will still be the ambassador of
So
Malta
it
for
happens like
Seychelles?
this, that I was second in the embassy. It means chargé d'affaires ad interim for 14 years.
14 years.
Yes. But I act like an ambassador because my ambassador was not resident. He was abroad, and so I was representing him fully. So I was practically ambassador, but without the title.
Without the title.
Exactly. So as from the moment that I present my credential to president, I have 4 years forward to work. And then my mandate can be renewed. It depends.
It depends.
Yes.
4 years until when?
From last year, for 4 years, I am in charge, officially.
So it can be renewed.
It can be renewed.
By whom?
By my government,
By your government.
yes. My government appoint me, and my government can renew my mandate.
Okay.
I hope so.
You hope so. But not tell them that you're not coming back to Europe.
Oh, they know.
They know.
They know very well.
That mandate cannot be renewed then. So, Mrs. Azais, thank you so much that you've made it possible this morning to come to us and to give us more information about the book that you've just launched recently, a book about tropical plants in Seychelles. And thank you to share your experience of painting and in the capacity of an ambassador of Malta to Seychelles as well. Thank you so much to make it possible. And it's not easy to wake up very early in the morning, but you did
I
it.
always wake up very early in the morning. It
We
was
ladies,
not,
we do this.
yes, it was not something strange for me to wake up early. And I thank you so much for hosting me. It was a great, great pleasure.
For me, it's a
And
pleasure.
an honor too. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And do have a great day today. Keep on painting.
Thank you. I will.
Thank you so much. Have a great
Thank
day.
you. Same to you.
Voilà, Cécile, nous tu peux cause avec Madame Alexandra Azais, que nous tu peux cause dans son livre qui est fait lancé récemment. Et nous comptons pour gagner aujourd'hui pour gagner plus l'information, l'eau salive.